Hi there, this is John Hyman from Commercial Real Estate Online. Welcome to the program. This is the podcast show where I like to share plenty of information in commercial real estate brokerage around the world. And as I've said in recent podcasts on this particular program, the property market is changing, and that is an amazing opportunity. There's lots of things about to happen that you can tap into, get involved with in your area. Sales, leasing, property management, whatever your game is, the opportunities are there. And today I'm going to be talking about your sales proposal, your listing proposal. So go and grab a coffee, be prepared for the program, listen to it a few times. There are many different things in this program to make you think when it comes to winning the business with a very specific proposal. Here's the program. I'll catch you at the other end. I'll take some time now talking about your commercial real estate proposal. The proposal to the client to lease, to sell, to manage. Doesn't really matter what that proposal is, but it does matter how it's constructed, how you prepare for it, and how you work on the key focus points to that. So let's look at it, and you can consider your proposals right now today in going forward. New business proposals in commercial real estate are an essential part of your daily agency activities because you could be doing at least one of these a day or two or three a week. When you get it right, it helps you significantly in convincing the prospect of your relevance to them in moving on the property needs that they have or the challenges, whatever that may be. The market is really challenging, of course, at the moment, and for this reason, the generic new business proposal is a waste of time and energy for you. Given that the market is full of change and churn, as I said, it's challenging, but guess what? That is an amazing opportunity for you. Your new business proposals must be one of a kind and specific to the property, the market, the area, the solution, the client, and the timeline. Having seen and prepared many proposals over the years, it's very clear that there are 4 specific rules that apply to the process if you want to be more successful in what you submit to the client. So let's think about that. Number 1, before you draft that proposal for the client, do you typically have a crystal clear idea of the key issues that the customer wants you to address in the proposal document, or does it forever seem to be an obscure guessing game? In other words, how much time have you spent understanding the client, their focus points, and their challenges? Highly effective commercial property proposals address only those specific needs, concerns, and expectations that a potential customer wants addressed. Now, to achieve this awareness, you should have an initial meeting with the client and an inspection of the property. This then allows you to tailor the proposal to the specific points of focus that you have identified through discussion, observation, inspection, that sort of thing. A question and answer process in your document is a wise strategy where you can display your total understanding of the client's concerns and your recommendations. That Q&A format allows the client to see that you really understand what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're recommending. It's not just a generic proposal. Too many agents in the game use some standard format of proposal, and there's really nothing special in there at all when it comes to winning the business. So think about it. Look at your proposal and understand what I've just mentioned here in point number 1. So let's move on to point number 2. Are your proposals, your documents, well focused, readable documents that are effectively communicating your understanding of the customer's issues? Or are they typically an inward-looking, unfocused compilation of filler, fluff, and the mundane? Are they generic rubbish? Too many agents do that, so don't fall into the trap. Highly effective proposals are articulate, customer-focused documents with a clear and specific purpose that is easily understood by anybody who reads it. The best proposal documents in commercial real estate are split into 6 or 7 sections that are specific to the sale or the leasing process. They will include the executive summary, the brief, the market commentary, the target marketing, the marketing strategy, the recommendations, and the fee structure. But somewhere in all of that will be specific Q&A approaches to the client, their property, and the future. The most important component from the things that I've mentioned here is the recommendations that you put to the client regards their situation. Your recommendations must be innovative and clearly defining the relevance to the client, your focus, and your strategy to move ahead. In other words, you've thought a lot about it, you've got the items on the table, you know exactly how you're going to improve things for the client. So number 3, do your proposals offer measurable solutions to the confirmed prospect needs? Or are they only capability and qualification documents that propose little, if anything? Too many agents spend a high amount of time in their proposal talking about themselves. Isn't that a waste of time? That should only be one page at the back of the document. The best documents are highly focused on the property, the client, the recommendations, the current market, the strategy moving ahead, that sort of thing. Think about it. Highly effective proposals offer the specific solutions to the confirmed customer, their needs, and also their goals and objectives. There are defined roles and responsibilities that you put into that document, specific action steps and timelines, and most importantly, accountability. It's not an ordinary document. The client likes to know the relevance and the qualifications of the person that will be serving them, of course. And you'll talk about that anyway. But always come back to connecting yourself to the property. Clearly defined methods and frequency of communication to the client should also be set out within the document. In other words, what are you going to say to the client? How are you going to connect with them? How are you going to explain to them your progress in moving ahead? It is of value and relevance to provide a timeline that displays the strategies of the property marketing that you would like to take the client and their property through. Be very specific, don't be generic. Don't just throw the property up onto the internet and hope that you're going to get the inquiry. That is not what it's all about. Particularly so if you're going to win the exclusive listing. You have to be very special, very deep, very direct. And of course, I should say here, open listing, exclusive listing. What's your target? Exclusivity every time. Make sure your document is aligned to the recommendations you're saying and all the things that you're taking the client through and where that property should head when it comes to a marketing result. Now, if the client refuses what you're saying, you simply have one choice. Do you accept them or do you move on? Some clients are out for the cheapest commission, the cheapest marketing, that sort of thing. My question to you is, do you want the property on some cheap basis? The answer should be no, but you've got to think that through and decide how you will handle that from your perspective. So let's go to item number 4. Confirm your findings clearly to the client. This is without question the most important and most powerful step in the proposal process. Call or meet with the customer one or more times in the proposal preparation process. Don't just churn out a proposal, send it to them and hope that you're going to win the deal. That's not how it happens. I go back to the point. Call or meet with a customer one or more times in the proposal preparation process. Why? You want them to see that you're really thinking about what you're recommending and how you can take this forward. Tell them that your objective is to deliver a brief, customer-focused document with specific solutions and recommendations to take their unique challenges forward. That is an amazing statement. That's what you can put on the table every time you're asking for another meeting or a discussion. So in order to do that, of course, however, you need to be sure that you are addressing the real issues of the market, the property, and the client. So in this last point, there's a lot of things there for you to think about. Make it real, make it specific, and make it very deep and direct. So I've mentioned a number of things here in the proposal compilation process, and I want to recap. Here are the points again, and just revisit them in your mind. Make a checklist if you like, perhaps churn them through in a mind map. Number 1, have a crystal clear idea about the property, the marketing, the specific challenges of the market and the property and your client. Number 2, make sure your proposals are well-focused, readable documents that effectively communicate in simple terms your understanding of the customer's issues and your recommendations. Let's go to number 3. Do your proposals offer measurable solutions to be confirmed to the prospect, the client, about where you're going to take them? Get away from the generic fluff that so many agents churn out when it comes to a document. Number 3, confirm your findings clearly to the client every time, specifically, and make sure they understand what you're saying and how you're saying it. So in summary, the proposal process, the submission to your client about their property, is likely to be the only chance that you have to display your capabilities and potential to get that property through the challenge that the client has or the desire to get a good result. You want to beat the competition to the listing, the client, and the opportunity. And to do that, you must be aligned to everything that's going on with that property, the client, and where things can head. Remember that you must be very specific in how you approach your proposal. Get away from the generic fluff. Your proposal should not focus on discounting your commissions or discounting your marketing costs. It's not about cost. It's about value and results. Somewhere in there will be your recommendations to the client. Make sure that your document does that. So through all of these things, make sure that your document is ready to go. Sure, you have a standard format, but there's 75% of deep and direct specific comment to the client and their property in every document that you put out. That is how you will get better results with your proposals, your recommendations, and indeed, your listings on an exclusive basis. And so that's the program for today, and thank you for listening. There are many ideas in this program to recap on, revisit, think about. The idea of today's program is to make sure your sales proposal, your listing proposal, is very different, direct, and specific to the client and the property. Spend time thinking about that. Now, I also welcome you to visit our website, which is commercial-realestate-training.com, because we're always putting things there that can help you win more business, win clients, and grow your commercial real estate career, craft, and opportunities over time. See you at the website. Don't forget to subscribe when you visit there. This is John Hyman, signing off for now. I'll catch you again very soon online. Catch you soon.